So as the chair and the speakers already take their seat on the stage, and I would like to now hand over the floor to the Venerable Vijita to chair this session. Before that, may I a bit introduce the chair. Venerable Vijita Pipala is the head department and a lecturer in Buddhist meditation and psychology at Shan State Buddhist University. He is also one of the Dhamma speaker and meditation teacher as well. And he is also in charging a monastery in Molamyang in Moon State. So Venerable Sir, please chair the session.
Okay, thank you very much, MC, for giving me a chance to chair this session in panel discussion number 6 this morning. So first of all, I would like to pay respect to Venerable Rector and our Director of Sariputta College, Venerable Visuddha, and all senior Sangha members. And again, good morning to our distinguished scholars, audience, sponsors, and main donors, and all the participants, audience of this conference. So this session, it's also very interesting, especially in meditation. So we have been listening to many parts of the Abhidhamma in different angles, in different make use of. Now, this session mainly how to use the Abhidhamma knowledge in practicing and Buddhist meditation. So we have 2 experiences meditation teachers, and of course the Abhidhamma well-versed knowledge teachers here. So first speaker is Venerable Rector from Paokdoya Haiho. So Venerable has been teaching meditation over the world, I mean Asia and as well as in Europe and America. He is going to speak about Abhidhamma and meditation, how to make use of the Abhidhamma knowledge in meditation practice, as we have been doing in Paok Doya Meditation Center. So yes, in Paok Doya, we have very, very famous book, this one, Knowing and Seeing. So what we have been practicing in Paok Doya. So this is Venerable Rector. So I won't take much time for you. So just rightly and please share your knowledge, your experience to the audience. So the floor is yours, Venerable Sir.
I pay respect to the most venerable Rector Seattle of Buddhist University. I'm very glad to see all the scholars and all the people, those who are very much interested in Abhidhamma, Patthana, Bhavanga, and mental process. Abhidhamma and meditation. So today I'm going to present The main theme of my presentation will emphasize on Abhidhamma and meditation. Mainly, I'm going to explain how important, essential, and instrumental Abhidhamma is for the realization of the Dhamma as they really are. So before explaining how essential, instrumental Abhidhamma is for the realization of the Dhamma as they really are, I want to share with all the audience, all the scholars, and all the venerables, what is the purpose of practicing meditation? The purpose of practicing meditation is to know and to see the truth as they really are. So keep in mind, the purpose of practicing meditation is to know and to see the truth as they really are. What kind of truth it is? It is the ultimate truth, not the conventional truth. Where can you find the ultimate truth? You can find only in the Abhidhamma. So without Abhidhamma, without knowing and seeing the ultimate truth, you can't know, you can't see the Dhamma as they really are. So if you all would like to know and see the truth, you will be the true and genuine disciples of the Buddha. I'm glad that all of you are learning Patthana and Abhidhamma thoroughly. But you all need to go further, go beyond, go beyond intellectual knowledges. Bodhisattva has enlightened under the Bodhi tree after knowing and seeing the truth as they really are. And then he expounded the Dhamma for all of us, how to know and see the Dhamma as they really are. The most important thing for all of us to do, to know and to see the Dhamma as they really are, what is it? Buddha said, Samadhi bhikkhui bhavita, samahito bhikkhui bhikkhu yatta buddha pajanati. Bhikkhus develop concentration. The one who is concentrated knows and sees the truth, the Dhamma, as they really are. If you want to know and see the Dhamma as they really are, you have no any choice. You have only one choice. It is to develop concentration. Because Dhamma is, or the truth is beyond your naked eyes. Now I want to share with all of you what you know, just reminding. Now the chair on which you are sitting, they make clean. They do clean it, that's why we can say it is clean. If I say there are a lot of bacteria, do you agree with me? But can you see them? No. But you can't deny, even though you can't see with your naked eyes. If you get the help of powerful microscope, you will see them. In the same way, the truth is beyond your naked eyes. But to know and to see the Dhamma, the truth as they really are, you can't use any external powerful instruments. They are not powerful enough to see the truth as they really are. So to know and to see the Dhamma, the truth as they really are, you need inner power, not any power of external. but of inner. It is called concentration. As you all know, the way leading to make free from suffering is the Eightfold Noble Path. In brief, there are just three trainings: the training of morality, the training of concentration, and the training of insight. You all need to practice step by step. Without the training of morality, impossible to develop concentration, impossible to practice the training of concentration. So concentration is the instrument for all of us to know and to see the Dhamma as they really are. I think most of you know how many kinds of meditation objects taught by the Buddha for the second training. They're altogether 40 kinds. If you say too much, I make into two. Among 40, 30 leads to absorption concentration. The remaining 10 leads to excess concentration. So if you want to know, if you want to see the Abhidhamma that you are studying, you need either absorption concentration or excess concentration. Without this, you cannot know, you cannot see the Dhamma as they really are. So, what did the Buddha say? The one who is concentrated will know and see the Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths all are just ultimate truth that you have studied in the Abhidhamma. So the Buddha said, the one who is concentrated will know the first noble truth, the noble truth of suffering. The second noble truth is the noble truth of origin of suffering. The third noble truth, the noble truth of cessation of suffering. And the fourth noble truth, the noble truth of the way leading to make cessation of suffering. So my main theme of the presentation emphasizes on the Abhidhamma and meditation. So what is the first noble truth? In the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, I think all of you are familiar with Sankhittena Panchuparane Khanda Dukkha. Briefly to say, 5 clinging aggregates are called dukkha. So 5 clinging aggregates, or nama rupa, ultimate mentality and materiality, they are the first noble truth. So when the Buddha taught ultimate materiality, how many kinds of materiality taught by the Buddha? Buddha taught 28 kinds of rupa. Among 28, 18 are real. The 10 are, 28 kinds of rupa. 18 are real, 10 are non-real. So I think you all know the first knowledge of insight meditation. It is the knowledge of discerning ultimate mentality and materiality. So to attain the first insight knowledge, we all must know, we all must see ultimate mentality and materiality. There are 2 ways to practice. There are 2 kinds of practitioner in times of the Buddha and nowadays too. They are serenity and insight practitioner or pure insight practitioner. Both of them can open the door to Nibbana. So to know and to see ultimate materiality, what do we all need to do? So I'm going to explain the practical experiences of many of my disciples from different countries. As I am a bhikkhu, according to monastic rules, I cannot share with all of you my personal experiences. But I want to share with all of you. Before sharing with all of you, I want to introduce all of you what I'm doing. So I've been teaching meditation already over 18 years from meditators from different countries. I'm now residing in the Pa'ao branch, Hehu. So it is in the Shan state, 1 hour drive from here. Now meditators are around 100. Among 100, 31 people are from Myanmar. The rest are from different countries. Among them, they have penetrated, they have realized the ultimate mentality, materiality, what you all have discussed yesterday and today. Mental process. Do you think it is impossible to know and see as they really are? Is it just intellectual knowledge? It is not. If you follow practicing according to the teachings of the Buddha, you will know, you will see ultimate mentality and materiality. So, as time is not enough, I think I could start around 10, 50, 55, I think. So now already 10. Over 10 a.m. already now. So, according to the teachings of the Buddha, to know and to see the ultimate materiality, what do we need to do? So now you see the picture. There are many small particles there. So to know and to see the ultimate materiality, you need to know and see the small particles. So to know and to see the small particles, what do you need to do? You need to practice 4 elements meditation. 4 elements meditation is 1 among 40. What are 4 elements? Earth, water, fire, wind. In the earth element, there are 6 characteristics. Hardness, roughness, heaviness, softness, smoothness, lightness. For about water element, flowing and cohesion. For about fire element, heat and cold. For about wind element, pushing and supporting, altogether 12. So if you discern each of the characteristics in your body, suppose hardness, you are going to discern hardness characteristic. If you discern the hardness characteristics in your body from head to feet, feet to head clearly, and then you should proceed another characteristic, roughness, clearly throughout the body. Heaviness, softness, smoothness, lightness. Flowing, cohesion, heat, and cold, supporting and pushing. If you discern well, you see the improvement of concentration. When you improve in your discernment, your body disappears. You see just a block of 4 elements. At that time, you attain right view. You see no man, you see no woman. You see just a block of 4 elements. If you discern 4 elements continuously in that block of 4 elements, so concentration improves. Your body emits light. Gradually from gray and white, finally it becomes very bright. So you see no man, no woman. You see just a block of bright light at that time. If you continue discerning 4 elements or 12 characteristics in that block of bright light, you will break down your body into just such very tiny, small particles. This is what Buddha taught. Buddha said, no man, no woman, no trees, no mountains. All the living things and non-living things are made up of just very tiny, small particles. So you all are familiar with the word atom. At the 13th century, scientists assume atom is the smallest matter. But only at the end of 19th century, in the beginning of 20th century, scientists could split atoms into proton, electron, and neutron. Now, the scholars, those who know Pali, those who know the Pali literature well, and those who know Abhidhamma, they translate such small particles as subatomic particles. You can't see these small particles with your naked eyes. Only with the powerful light of concentration. So when you develop concentration, whenever you develop concentration, you see very powerful light. That light is stronger than powerful microscope. That light of concentration will shine you to see the truth as they really are. So this is what meditators from local and broad, they are experiencing. But these small particles are not ultimate materiality. They are just smallest concept. So you need to analyze. The ultimate materiality exists in each of the particles. As you all know, so in small particles, there are at least 8, such as earth, water, fire, wind, color, smell, taste, nutritive essence, at least, nutritive essence. Or more than this, life faculty and sensitivity. So only when you discern the ultimate materiality exists in these small particles, you know and see the ultimate materiality as they really are. At that time, if you discern 4 elements to those who are sitting around you, if you discern 4 elements to those who are sitting around you, there may be men and women, but you see all of them just small particles. If you discern 4 elements on this table, you will not see the table anymore. You will see just more particles. If you discern 4 elements to this building, you will see just more particles. So Buddha said, there is no man, there is no woman, there is no trees, there is no mountain, there is no cars, there is no trees, there is no building. There is only small particles. At that time, you will agree with the Buddha. Now, almost all the Buddhists, those who are ordinary people, as the Buddha said, I don't argue with the world. the world argue with me because they are blind to the ultimate truth. If you are learning, you get the learning knowledge. But you need to go beyond this. To go beyond this, you need to follow practicing according to the teachings of the Buddha. You need to practice 4 elements. At that time, if you have accumulated good karma in the past, if you have practiced meditation in the past, within a short time, you can develop concentration with 4 elements meditation. You can break your body down into very tiny small particles within a few days if you have accumulated good bharami in your past. But if you haven't done so, you need to take more time to practice. Or if you have done far, maybe a few, 2 or 3 existences, for example, 3 or 4 past lives ago, if you have done successfully, you need to take more time to practice successfully. So I just introduce all of you. So to know and to see ultimate materiality, you need to practice 4 elements. See, if I quote the words appear in the commentary to the Patthana Sutta. Duvi danyi kamatanan rupa kamatanan cha arupa kamatanan cha. When the Buddha taught vipassana, Buddha taught rupa meditation and nama meditation. When the Buddha taught insight meditation, Buddha taught mentality meditation and materiality meditation. Tattha bhagava rupa kamatanan katendo sankheba manasikara vasenava vithara manasikara vasenava. When the Buddha taught materiality meditation, Buddha taught 4 elements meditation in brief or detailed method. That's why if you want to know the ultimate materiality that you see in the Abhidhamma, there is only one way. It is to practice 4 elements meditation in brief or detailed method. So Buddha instructed to discern both internally and externally. So you need to discern ultimate materiality both internally and externally. Not only internally and externally, but also near and far, gross and subtle, superior and inferior, past, present, and future. So what you all talk about dimension, it is not dimension, just to remove attachment to the things which is external things. We attach not only internal, we attach but also external things. So all these small particles are arising and perishing very, 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 very rapidly. So if you experience by yourself through practicing 4 elements meditation, you will see how quick they are. This is what many of my disciples reported me when they have broken their body down into very tiny small particles. So as they are arising and perishing very, very, very rapidly all the time, either internal or external. So they are impermanence. So you all say, when the cup drops, so it has been broken. You say, and nature, this is very slow. Okay, this and nature is not for the realization of the Dhamma. For the realization of the Dhamma, you need to see such quick arising and perishing of ultimate materiality in the form of small particles. So if you know the knowledge of the insight knowledge, one of the knowledge is Bhavanga jnana, dissolution. At the time, if your insight knowledge matures, you see it perishing very rapidly, but particles disappear. You see, perishing of the ultimate materiality, but particles disappear. It is a time your inside knowledge is getting mature. It is very near to path and fruition knowledge. If you proceed diligently in every four postures at that time, you can hope to see Nibbana. You will understand what is Nibbana at that time, where there is no arising and perishing of such materiality. So now I will share with all of you about the ultimate mentality. So, mentality, where does the mentality arise? So many, they believe in scientists. Scientists say mentality arises in the brain. But if you follow the words of the Buddha, finally you know where the mentality arises. Mentality arises based on mostly heart-based materiality. So I will share with all of you the practical experiences of all of you. So before sharing with all of you, I want to quote the explanation appear in the commentary. Ekekan aramanan dvisu dwaresu apata magisati. One sense object appear or impinges on two doors. I repeat it. One sense object or five sense object, they appear in two doors. So now you all see me. This is visible object. This visible object impinges on your eye sensitivity. At the same time, in your Bhavanga. It appears in your Bhavanga. It impinges on your Bhavanga. This is a law. I will make all of you understand clearly. Since we were young, we listen music. So when people listen very loud music, they maximize the bass. Ding! What happened here? What happened here? You feel ding, 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 right? This is telling how great the teachings of the Buddha is. Ekekan aramanan dvisu dwaresu apata magichati. One sense object appear in two doors. Sound impinge on your ear sensitivity. At the same time, in your Bhavanga. Bhavanga is mind door. So at that time, mental process arises in your Bhavanga based on heart-based materiality. So as you all know, altogether 70 mind movements or 40 mind movements. So 3 mind movements is before 5 sense door cognitive consciousness. 5 door cognitive consciousness. Panchadvara Vachana. So even number of the mind movement can be counted by my disciples. There are 14 mind movements before Bhavanga. Before 14 mind movements, there are 3 Bhavanga. It can be understood, it can be penetrated when they descend dependent origination, because at that time they need to descend cause and effect of the every mind movement. At that time, They can't avoid seeing the arising of or interruption of the Bhavanga before the Panchadaravutana. The Bhavanga is bright. Meditators reported me, when the Bhavanga interrupts, brightness has been seen. Brightness has been occurred. This is what they practically experiences. Bhavanga is not happening continuously. Even though it is translated as a life continuum, you all need to understand how it arises, how it stops. This is from practical practices of my disciples. I would like to explain about the dependent origination, but I have no time. Sorry for it. Thank you very much.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So thank you very much, Venerable Rivada, talking based on the meditative experience and related to the Abhidhamma knowledge and share it here. So for Q&A, we coming back in the end. So now we have another speaker, Seaji Uongjo. So Seaji is well versed in the Abhidhamma and as well as had an experience in the meditation many decades. So Seaji also is very familiar with the SSBU conference almost every year. So now it's time for Seaji to share his knowledge. He's going to talk about the Bhavanga Citta and Vipassana according to the Patthana. So please, Seaji, so the floor is yours.
First of all, may I pay respect to most venerable Siaro, Mr. Khammai, Dr. Dhammasami, and then Mahatira, and then donor and scholar and recognized guests in this room. Today, we are very lucky to discuss about the Patthana Dhamma here. May I address, before I read my paper about the Patthana Dhamma, right? Today is the great day because we can discuss and learn the Patthana Dhamma, the great theory of Buddha Dhamma, cause and effect theory. Throughout the century, scientists learn and explore mental and physical world. To answer 5 great questions, that is, the one is, who am I? Another one is, what am I? Another one, where am I? And then, how am I? And why am I? Yet, the scientists cannot explore physical world a little. There are many theories in physical world. For example, in astronomy, there is theory of everything. That is at the starting point of our universe, Big Bang time. After Big Bang, within very minute seconds, 10 to the power minus 43 seconds, universe expands in tremendous speed. At that time, the 4 fundamental forces are still combined. That is, the one is nuclear strong force, the other one is nuclear weak force. The third one is electromagnetic force, and the final one is gravitational force. After that, up to now, scientists cannot experiment to combine these forces. That is the theory of everything. Furthermore, for example, another example, nowadays, scientists can calculate the mass of our universe. That is, very wonderful that only 5% is tangible mass. That means planet, star, Igda, something like that. Those are tangible mass. Those tangible mass are only 5% of the universe. Another 25% is untangible mass. Scientists call that untangible mass dark matter. Okay? In that dark matter, there will exist something like that, black holes. And then final 70% of the universe mass cannot estimate till now. And then scientists name that 70% of the universe dark energy. They cannot define, no, until now. And that is the introduction of theory, science in physical world. Furthermore, in mental world, scientists cannot explore yet because they have no right equipment. Now, we have the right equipment, that is Patthana Dhamma. The cause and effect theory. By the way, Buddha described the samsara in terms of questions, in Buddhavara. Those questions are round, but definitely, okay. Total questions in Buddhavara is 388, 77, 87, 12 digit, 388, 3. So can I write it down? 388, 38877, 871, 3344, 12 times of digit. That is the all to describe about the natures of samsara. Okay? So, if anyone who wants to understand the Patthana Dhamma thoroughly, he must realize the Buddhavara, that total number or no, Buddhavara at all. That is the GPS of Patthana ocean to understand. If someone who went to know about that Buddhavara, we can explain within 45 minutes after this section. Okay? If someone knows about the Buddhavara, he can really understand the Patthana Dhamma thoroughly. That is the first message I want to give all of guests. Patthana Dhamma and meditation and Vivanga Dhamma. Lord Buddha expounded the natural phenomenon not only as a cause or a supportive factor in one condition, but also as a causal effect for different conditions. Although the so-called Kusala Dhamma, wholesomeness, had been counted into 21 Kusala Chittas in Abhidhamma Sangha, it was more deeply explained in Patthana Dhamma with the help of conditional relation, Patthana Pakyas. Kusala Dhamma itself can be a cause or a supportive factor of other Kusala Dhamma by ways of Hedu, Aramana, Dibadi, Anandra, Smanandra, Sajada, Inyaminya, Nesya, Ubanesya, Asivana, Khammai, Ahara, Indriya, Jhana, Mega, Samyuddha, Ati, Nati Vigada Avigada Pakyas. Again, Kusala Dhamma can also be a cause or a supportive factor of its opposite nature, Akusala Dhamma, unwholesomeness, by ways of Aramana, Adividi, and Upanisya Pakyas. Besides, Kusala Dhamma can relate it to Abhyagata Namas, the resultant and functional consciousness by ways of Aramana, Nandra, Samanandra, Upanisya, Khammai, Nati, and Vigda Pakya. Furthermore, Kusala Dhamma can relate it to Rupa Metta by ways of Hetu, Adipati, Sajada, Nisya, Pakchajata, Khammai, Hara, Indriya, Jhana, Mega, Vibhuta, Ati, Abhigda Pakya. If we take Kusala Dhamma as a result of any other Dhamma, it can be supported to be risen by ways of Hetu, Aramana, Adipati, Nandra, Samanandra, Sajata, Inyaminya, Nisya, Upanisya, Purijata, Asivana, Khammai, Hara, Indriya, Jhana, Mega, Samyuta, Ati, Nati, Vigda, and Avigda Pakya. Patthana predicates the process of Dhamma, that is to say, mind, mental factors, and metta with their momentary functions, and that is why Buddha taught us Patthana to explain the natures of samsara. Buddha defined the effects of Kusala and Akusala Dhamma as Vibhaga Bhyagata Dhamma. There are 36 Vibhaga Chitta, resultant consciousness, including 19 Patisandhi Chitta, Vibhaga consciousness, which were particularly expounded by Buddha. Although the consciousness which is rising at the very first moments of one's life is called Vibhaga consciousness, it is later called Bhavanga Chitta, which supports as a life continuum for the Viti Chitta to be arisen in the rest of one's life. Another name of functions of Bhavanga Chitta is Chutti Chitta, the dead consciousness, the last consciousness of rising at the dead moment. If Bhavanga Chitta is taken to be the resultant consciousness, it can describe as follow by means of Kuchalatika, Kuslam or Akuslam Khammai, Vibhakasa, Upanisya Pakina Pakyo. The four resultant Navakhanas are described as Vibhaga Nama in Patthana. It can also be explained by Khammai Bhagya, which produces resultant consciousness as follows. Naneknika Kusala or Akusala Chitana, Vibhagana, Khanana, Katadacha, Rupana, Khammai Bhagina Bhagyo. Kusala and Akusala Dhamma, which produce the resultant consciousness, are actually the moral and immoral actions which were closely surrounded and influenced by avijja and tanha. According to the Recha Smupara, at the time of doing it. For example, the reason why one was born as a human being is definitely the result of Khamma Kusala, especially Dana and Sila, which had been done in the past existence under the influence of Vijja and Tanha. That is, Ragan Upanesaya Danan Diti Silan Smari Yadi Ubosra Kaman Krodi. The past moral or immoral action make the Patisandhi Bhavanga Chitta arise at any available moment in the future. The sense object sensed by Bhavanga Chitta can be precisely known only by the Buddha, the unrivaled. It is needed to give a special focus on the functions of Bhavanga Chitta, it not only performs as a Chuddhi Chitta and Bodhisattva Chitta at the transition moments of one's life, but also act as a life container, Bhavanga, Bhava Inga, throughout the rest of lifetime, in order to support the Viti Chittas. The countless information that we kept in our mind in the endless samsara is generally considered to retain in Bhavanga Chitta like a shadow. If we consider Marana Sanda Viti rising at mind, the near-death cognitive series of one's life, rising at the death river transition moment, that is Bhavanga, Bhavanga, Tita, Bhavanga, Bhavanga, Chalana, Bhavanga Pachirya, and order of Visa, and then 5 times of Javana, and then Chuddhi, that is past life, and then another new life, Bodhisattva, and then Bhavanga, Bhavanga. This sense object picked up by the river consciousness of the new life is Khammai object, or Khammai nimitta, sign of Khammai, or Great nimitta, sign of destiny. That was also sensed by the dead consciousness of the past life. On the other hand, the mind quality of Marana Sanda Javana is the same as that of the river consciousness in the next life. The dead consciousness of the first life is related to the river consciousness of the new life by ways of conditional relations such as Anandra Pakya. Suppose that someone sees a beautiful object and there arises a cognitive series as a result of Kusala Khammai because of the coincidence of the 4 factors, that is to say, Kala, time, Kri, destiny, Ubdi, appearance, and then Pyoga, mean or effort. The cognitive series should be as follows: Bhavanga, Bhavanga, Tita, Bhavanga, Bhavanga, Chalana, Bhavanga, Pachira, Panchadara, Upesa, Chakku Vijnana, and then Samprasai, Sandirana, Udhov, 7 times of Javana, and then Darayo, and then Bhavanga, Bhavanga. In this process, Bhavanga Chitta, Bhavanga Pachira, supports Panchadara Vijnana, rootless functional consciousness by ways of Anandra, Samanandra, Upanesya, Nati, and Vigdapakyas, in order that Panchadara Vijnana can sense this beautiful object, or Panchadara Vijnana can be risen. In this way, Bhavanga Chitta, so all living being is going to keep rising and rising as a life continuum with its countless practice throughout the samsara till the end of maintained world. So another topic is Patthana Dhamma and Vipassana meditation. And before I read this article, may I say all that the Patthana Dhamma is very, very deep to understand inside, okay? If someone who wants to know the Patthana Dhamma inside, he must try Vipassana meditation. That is the main key, okay? Patthana Dhamma and Vipassana meditation. Those who practice Vipassana inside meditation need to fulfill the 4 following means to attain Vipassana jnana inside knowledge. He must clearly be able to distinguish Panyati and Paramada Dhammas. And the second one, mind and matter. The third one, causes and causal effects of mind and matter. The final one, Aramana and Aramnika. the object that the ecstatic, the one practicing vipassana, sensed is only mind and metta. The factors of clinging to existence. Again, the object to be sensed for vipassana can be categorized into 4 types by Mahasti Patthana Sutta as follows. The one is Kaya Nupassana, Stipatthana, mindfulness and contemplation on body. The second one, Vedana Nupassana, Stipatthana, mindfulness and contemplation on feeling. The third one, Chitta Nupassana, Stipatthana, mindfulness and contemplation on mind. The final one, Dhamma Nupassana, Stipatthana, mindfulness and contemplation on Dhamma. Even if an ecstatic first found his mindfulness on body or feeling or mind, it can later be Dhammanupassana Stipatthana. When he contemplates the natures of Four Noble Truths with the progressions of higher vipassana jnana, of course, it is likely that the footprint of any other animals is too embedded in that of the largest elephant. Provided that one contemplate insight meditation by means of Patthana Dhamma, it is Dhammanupassana Stipatthana at all. If he simultaneously contemplate the natures of Chitta, Chittasika, and Rupa, rising at the moments of contact of Aramana and Dwara, it is said to be Dhammanupassana Stipatthana, from the point of Aramana Pakya and Pakya Nidesas of Patthana Dhamma. For example, visible object, when visible object is sensed at the moment, Rupa Yadana, Chakku Vinyana Dhatuya, Tan Samyudaga Nincha Dhammana, Aramana Pakena Pakyo. If one can contemplate like that and one can distinguish the visible object as Rupa and eye consciousness as Nama, according to the 4 means mentioned above, it is sure that the high stage of Vipassana Jnana is working properly. Buddha explained the conditions of object and insight meditation in Aramana Bhagya that involves in Dhamma Nuloma of Kusalatika. That is, Kuslo or Aguslo or Abhyagado Dhammo, Kuslasa Dhammasa, Aramana Pakena Pakyo. Sakawa, Buddhojanawa, Kuslam or Aguslam or Bhyagadam, nature do, dukkha do, anatta do, vipassandi. It is obvious that the object can be Kusla, Agusla or Bhyagada Dhamma, but the ecstatic mind is only Mahakusla Chitta associated with wisdom. Patthana Dhamma supports greatly to those who practice vipassana insight meditation to contemplate the natural phenomena of mind and matter at any posture, any object, any place and any time. Okay, this is my paper. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Saji Wongjo, for your presentations. And this session, both speakers, Venerable Rivata and Saji Wongjo, have started with the meditation and how to make use of the Abhidhamma knowledge and meditations. At the first speaker said that the threefold training as an instrument just to penetrate, to see the ultimate truth. Even you see the materiality can subdivide into the small atomic particles. Of course, the practice is a need, as Venerable Harivata mentioned, that so we have to do it repeatedly, continuously. So now I would open for the Q&A for both speakers. It's a presentation right now. So, yeah, please hand over the mic to.
Thank you so much for both of your presentations. It enjoyed me a lot. My presentation, my question is for Venerable Revata. Please you acknowledge me. It is very clear when you compare about the seeing of outside object and inside. That is, if we see a cup is falling, we will know that the cup will break. And if we could see our mind and see how they are arising and ceasing, we could acknowledge this true knowledge. My question is, in the inside meditation, what could, in the traditional, Theravada traditional, is there anything that could explain about what is seeing inside our mind? Because in the Sarvastivada tradition, there is a debate about what is seeing outside object. Some say that it is our mind see, some say that it is our visual consciousness sees, and some say that it is a combination of citta and cetasika is seeing. So I would like to know, in the Theravada tradition, is there any explanation about this kind of seeing of inside process?
So according to Buddha's teaching, there is no unconscious mind. We don't need to use these words in the teachings of the Buddha. When you know, when you see ultimate mentality, at that time you solve all these problems. You know with your insight. You know them with your mind. So what is mind? What is mentality? It is a just combination of consciousness and associated mental factors. In Pali, citta and cetasika. So you know both internally and externally from the ultimate point of view through your insight. Insight knowledge arises in the form of mind or cognitive process. So exactly to see, there will be 10 mind movements. Mind or advati, 7 javana, and 2 the dharamana. But if your insight knowledge is very sharp, the dharamana will not follow. This is what the meditators can experience. So even all of you think, Bhavanga know nothing. Actually, Bhavanga knows the near that object. The near that object and Bhavanga object, they are the same. A rebirth linking consciousness, near that object, Bhavanga object, and that consciousness object, they are the same. Even when you are sleeping, where are you now? Where are you at that time? You are completely falling into Bhavanga mind state. So Bhavanga mind knows the past near that object. So your question can be solved when you see the mentality which is arising in the form of cognitive process which are rapidly arising and perishing. So what I have shown the image, so please make big. Just make it big.
Yes, this one.
Yes, that image.
It enlarges.
Yeah. So you see the red dot at the place where the heart situates. So when the sound impinges on your ear sensitivity, it impinges on your Bhavanga simultaneously. At that time, that dot, they are each mind moment. What the meditators reported me at that time, what they experience practically, they feel. Wanted is one mind movement. Every 14 mind movements of the eye door or ear door cognitive process, Bhavanga interrupts. When the Bhavanga interrupts, I told them, please observe mindfully what is the difference between the mind movements and the Bhavanga mind movements. They are different. So Bhavanga, when it interrupts, they see the brightness. So this is the nature of Bhavanga. But if you have no concentration, impossible for you to know and to see. There will be argument. That argument will be no end until you know and see them practically according to the teachings of the Buddha. Okay?
Anything else?
Sado, I have a question because I know that in PAOK, the advanced meditators, if they like, they can learn to discern Patthana, Pacha, and Nidesa in practice. So I wonder how much of it they can really, really discern and how much you cannot see, it's just a theory. Or is it like everything, like every statement can be discerned?
So in PAOK, even the Patthana method has been practiced in the session of Vipassana. So you can practically experience them. But you need the knowledge, Patthana knowledge, Abhidhamma knowledge first. Without Abhidhamma knowledge, you cannot analyze how many Citta and Cetasika. In English, consciousness and associated mental factors are arising together. So in the form of Sahajata, Anyamanya, Atti, Nati, all these are related to ultimate mentality, so which are Citta and Cetasika. So, according to the teachings of the Buddha, there are two steps to train our mind. One is Anumana, another is Paccakanyana. Anumana means following the words of the Buddha. You practice following the words of the Buddha. Like Buddha said, hardness is like this. You follow the words of the Buddha because you have faith on the Buddha. After you have done repeatedly so, practically, finally you experience practically by yourself. It is called direct knowledge, Paccakanyana. Without the first, second will not come into being. That's why when the Buddha has enlightened, his mind inclined not to teach the Dhamma, when the Sambhadi Brahma requested 3 times, he uttered, I have opened the door to Nibbana. Show faith on Buddha and Dhamma. At that time, no Sangha yet. So Buddha said, show faith on Buddha and Dhamma. But Buddha never urged anybody to believe him because he don't need to urge it. Because he has omniscient knowledge. Every early morning, before dawn, he surveyed the world with his Buddha's eyes. those who have accumulated good barami appear in his Buddha signs. How far he is or she is. Buddha went there to do for the good of them. Buddha surveyed those who have accumulated good karma in the past. So they have faith on Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. They are ready to follow the teachings of the Buddha. Only then the first step can be fulfilled, Anumana Jnana, following the words of the Buddha with faith. Only after repeated practicing, discerning, training, they will practically experience. This is called Paccaka Jnana. This is direct knowledge. So it should be done in this way.
Thank you, both Venerable and...
Can I ask?
Yes,
sorry.
One more question.
Yeah, I have a question to the second speaker as well. So I've heard such a statement about experience stored in Bhavanga as a shadow. Could you elaborate a little bit more?
Yes. Bhavanga as a shadow.
Because I mean that Bhavanga is always activate to life container, okay, to contain your life container. If there is no Bhavanga Chida, there cannot be exist Viti, okay, Viti mental process. And then besides, I always consider that we all are experiencing, throughout the very long samsara, right? Very, very far away samsara. You may be scientist, or you may be lawyer, or you may be something like philosopher, or something like that. But after you dead, the Vajayantana already cover in the new life, and then you forgot it all, okay, right? But when you try Vipassana Jnana, okay, and then your mind will be very minute and very, I think that at that time your mind will be, mind quality is very higher. The experience of very long samsara is reappear. To reappear your experience along the samsara, Bhavanga Jnana is so helped something like the Panchadvara was there is, you may be differentiate the Aramana Bhavanga Salana Bhagupachera, no? Bhagupachera's Aramana and Panchadvara was there. Aramana is quite different, right? You know, okay? To be rising new Aramana for the Panchadvara was there. Bhavanga Chida is so Bhavanga Chida is Anandra Pagya, to be rising Panchadvara was there, okay, right? So anyway, in Bhavanga Chida, our experiences throughout the samsara will be reappear. That is my opinion and my study for the Bhavanga Chida.
It just seems that with such reasoning that like after I'm having any experience that my Bhavanga changes. But as I understand in Abhidhamma, like we have the same Bhavanga throughout the life. Mm-hmm. But now if like any experience is like accumulating in my, or going, that it means like Bhavanga is changing. And I don't know if that really fits with the text.
So anyway, who study the Abhidhamma, Bhavanga Chida is, he cannot produce effect, right? But we must consider, he produced the Panchadvara Vesna to get newly Aramana, right? By means of Anandra, okay, Smanandra, Nati, Vigada, Abhigada, Phobagya, okay? So, in my view, and I am certain that Bhavanga Chida is very important for the anyone, okay? When you practice Vipassana, and then your mind quality is very high, And then you know about your mind and body, or you know about your nama and rupa, okay, more insight. Okay. Why do you understand about your nama, your rupa and nama at the time? Because your vipassana jnana is very high at the time. Okay. To be, I mean, throughout the samsara, we practice vipassana a little, okay? If you try vipassana in this life, those experience from the past lives are revere, okay? I mean, to revere your experience from the past life, Moega Jida is helping, okay? If you consider, and then if you understand it, Patthana Dhamma, you can accept. So I want to advise you, try Vipassana meditation. Okay?
So, yes, what I understand is that you are speaking based on your experience. So I think our Venerable Revata just would like to add something at this point, as a Bhavanga.
So can you repeat your question?
Sayagyi said that, I don't know, what I heard right, that whatever we experience is kind of accumulating in the Bhavanga in the form of shadow. So that's a very, for me, the statement is not clear what, so this is why I'm asked what he means. Because it really sounds like alaya vijnana already, you know, of other tradition. So, and as I understand, Bhavanga is not alaya vijnana, I don't know.
So,
okay, I want to advise you, please try Vipassana.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
so as a chair of Seattle, so requested me to explain some. So I will explain. So as you all clearly understand what the Buddha said about the Bhavanga. So Bhavanga, in this very life, knows the near death object, not many objects, not the other object, not the objects of the other life. So this problem also can be solved. When you know the cognitive process, according to law of Chaita, Chaita Niyama, law of Chaita, after every processes, there is a Bhavanga interruption. And then mind-door will follow. Like idle cognitive process, altogether 17 mind movements. After that, Bhavanga interrupts. Bhavanga takes a past object. So sometimes when you practice, you know nothing. You fall into Bhavanga. It means you're soundly sleeping at that time. So some, they say they are experiencing Nibbana very far away. Okay? The time you sleep, if you are soundly sleeping, you are falling into Bhavanga. You know you don't know anything. You think. But your Bhavanga knows past object. But if you can realize ultimate mentality and materiality, you get the answer. Okay? This is completely depend on practical knowledge. If you are talking about, so discussing through your learning, and you don't get the answer, there is no end.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah Rivata, and thank you, every questioners. And this is very interesting topics because related to meditation with what we have been practicing now. So, of course, our time is just over for us now. So, if you still have some curiosity and to know about the Abhidhamma knowledge related to the meditations, please, you can ask both our speakers, out of time in the conference. So now, so thank you both speakers, and your presentation is so amazing. And now I will hand this panel to our MC.
Okay, thank you very much, Venerable Vijita Pipala, for sharing this session marvelously and successfully. And I also thank you to the two speakers for interesting presentation. Now is the time for presenting the token of appreciation and also the certificate. So may I also invite Venerable Chair to hand over to the speaker the certificate and the gifts. First, to give the certificate and gifts to Venerable Rivata, PAOK Meditation Center, High Hope Branch. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And next to Saya U Ong Jo. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Venerable Vijita.